Hello, everybody. Welcome into Talking Fitchburg on this Wednesday, September 29th, 2021. Good evening from Andrew, Jeremy. We're ready to go here on another Talking Fitchburg, and we got a great show lined up for you today. We're going to check in with our assessing department. The new assessing, or no, not new assessing, I guess. Assessing has started. You got your letters in the mail here within the last month. We'll check in with the assessing department today, and we'll be checking in with them frequently here coming up, sharing different pieces, answering your questions and more as the assessors make their way through this assessment year. So we'll have that coming up here in the headlines. In our digest today, we're going to check in with the Forest Edge Elementary School. They had an open house and ribbon cutting last night. That net zero school is one of a kind here in the state of Wisconsin. We'll take you out to that event and show you. We've taken a tour before, but now it's kind of with the students in there and it's school-like, right? And we'll have that for you coming up, and then check in with Jeff Doslick with Fitchburg EMS. So give us an update on their process for finding a new diverse workforce for EMS and firefighters and teaming up with Sun Prairie. So we'll tell you about that coming up here in just a little bit of time. But first, let's get into your headlines for the day. And we start with this public information meeting. And while it is going on currently, I want to remind you that you can rewatch this meeting. Yeah, so a public information meeting happening tonight, right now, in fact, if you're watching this around the 6 o'clock time frame. But don't worry, if you missed it, guess what? We're going to rebroadcast it right here on the Gov channel. So if you missed it, don't worry. We have you covered. We'll have this over or have this on our Gov channel replaying here. You can check our website for when that will be airing. Plus, you can just go back and watch it anytime you want to, because we've got great video on demand services. We'll post this up on YouTube and, of course, on our website, fitchburgwi.gov. Just look for Fact TV, the Gov channel, F3. And you'll be able to check out that meeting. The next public meeting and open house happening tomorrow night. And this is for the Parks Plan, a 10-year update. City staff will be gathering feedback from all interested parties on the plan update at an open house and public meeting scheduled for 6:30 p.m. tomorrow night, the 30th. The council chambers here at the City Hall, 5520 Lacey Road. The open house will be held from 6:30 to 7 with a presentation and other formal feedback opportunities scheduled to start at 7 p.m. If you're interested in speaking at this via online, which you're more than welcome to do, you can sign up for that. And that's through Scott Endel, who'll send you out the link when you send the request in for that information. Of course, you're welcome to come here in person for that meeting. And same thing, if you can't make it to the meeting, we got you covered. We'll be rebroadcasting it here on the Gov channel and on our video on demand. So you can go back and watch it anytime you would like. All right, turning our attention to this year's assessing, the 2022 reevaluation assessment year has been established, and we wanted to check in with our friend Amy Mercer, your city assessor.
All right, well, this year will be a revaluation year. So for the 2022's assessments, we will revalue properties, bringing those up to fair market value. Which is a little different than last year. Last year was a maintenance year. So we do the same type of work. We still review permits, sales, all of that, except we do one additional step, and that is we apply market adjustments, bringing those values up to fair market value. So we'll be sending letters out monthly to those properties. We will not be going to all properties in the city, because this is the type of revaluation we're going to do is called an interim market update. And that's basically doing that maintenance and then applying market adjustments. So we'll send letters out requesting property owners that we need to visit their properties to schedule an appointment. And you can do that in a couple ways. We have a new online booking tool. You can find that. The letters will have that link. And then also we have that link on our city's website under the assessing page. And it allows you to schedule the appointment. For those of you who are not comfortable scheduling online, just give us a call. We have both options on there and the phone number. Call us and we can schedule it for you through that tool.
All right, we'll check back in with Amy. I had a chance to sit down and actually interview her to talk about some of the different questions and how the assessments work for this year and just your overall questions as well. So we'll check back in with her real soon. Other news to tell you about, want to make sure you get these on your calendar. Fitchburg Fire Department's got 2 community safety events coming up, and we want to make sure you're ready to come out so you can see Smokey and all the other friends there out at the fire department. Wednesday, Sparky. Did I say Smokey again? Andrew's here to correct me. Well, maybe Smokey will make a special appearance with Sparky. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to be Sparky because I keep or Smokey, one or the other, because I keep saying it. Anyways, fire department community safety event number 1 will be Wednesday, October 13th. That's at 2301 Traceway Drive. Come on out for live demonstrations. Get your picture with Sparky. And of course, meet officers and paramedics. Our public safety group will be out there. Next event will be held on Wednesday, October 20th at Hugo Jamestown Park, 5 to 7 p.m. Same thing, live demonstrations. Your chance to get a picture with Sparky and, of course, meet our public safety. So excited that they're taking this on the road. We talked with Adam Dorn about this. You can check that online and learn more about what they're doing this year. That's on our YouTube page and at our website, fitchburgwi.gov. Finally, Oak Bank's Great Pumpkin Giveaway. Get this on your calendar because it's coming up really fast. Yeah. Oak Bank is proud to announce the annual pumpkin giveaway is scheduled for Saturday, October 9th from 9 a.m. to noon. Families are welcome to come to Oak Bank's green space at 5951 McKee Road in Fitchburg to enjoy kids' activity, refreshments, and horse and carriage rides. We'll have also special guest appearances from the local mascots. Pretty excited for that one. Get it on the calendar. And remember that this is a fundraiser for nonprofits. So if you're coming out for it, you're supporting a nonprofit group. They pick a different one each year to support. So come on out, get your pumpkin, and have some just fall fun with Oak Bank. All right, that does it for our headlines. Coming up next, we open up our digest. We'll be checking out the new school called Forest Edge Elementary School, part of the Oregon School District. We have their ribbon cutting and a look inside next, right here on Talking Fitchburg.
It takes all of us to slow the spread of the coronavirus, so follow guidance from authorities where you live and stay home unless absolutely necessary. Use a delivery service for essential items like food and medicine. If you must make essential trips, stay 6 feet apart from other people. Wear a cloth face covering and wash your hands for at least 20 seconds as often as possible. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us.
Ready!
That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu. And especially this year, no one has time to get sick. Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg in the Digest. And today we're going to take you on a trip over to Forest Edge Elementary School. Last night they had their official open house and ribbon cutting. And in case you didn't get to come out and see all the cool stuff of a net zero school, we have that for you right now.
Thank you all for coming here tonight. We are so excited to be able to host this event, the official ribbon cutting and community open house for Forest Edge. We're very proud of this beautiful facility built for our students and also the first net zero school in the state of Wisconsin, and we're very proud of that too. So back in 2018, when we were actually beginning the planning stages, and that really wasn't that long ago, although in many ways it seems like it was forever ago. Our community was very clear about the fact that we had 3 priorities to stay true to throughout the process. And first, as we were planning for how do we grow and what do we build in order to grow, the first thing was build for today and also for tomorrow. Make sure whatever plan you come up with fits our needs now and will fit our needs going forward. The other thing the community told us was make sure your plan has adaptability and flexibility, because we know that things don't always go exactly as planned. I think we've all experienced that in the last year. And then finally, stay true to our values. This facility is really a testament to our community. and the input of our community and the support of our community. So thank you all very much for that.
An effort like this takes a tremendous amount of work. It takes a tremendous amount of cooperation, a tremendous amount of vision, and a tremendous amount of joint vision from our educators, from our administrators, from our parents, and from the communities that we serve. It takes a great deal of work. Everybody has heard the phrase, it's like herding cats. We serve almost 4,000 kids and their family in this district, and so that's a lot of cats. And so it takes a lot to coordinate all of that, and the results are extraordinary. For those of you who haven't been in this facility yet, I hope that you are impressed, as much as I have been during the process and with the finished product. This is a net zero building. For those of you who don't know what that is, and most people don't because it's the first net zero building in this state, it means it produces as much or more energy than it consumes during the year. You'll see as you walk around the hundreds of solar panels on the roof. You won't see the nearly 100 wells that were drilled on this side of the building to take energy from the earth to help us heat and cool the building. And so as you walk around, make sure you take note of things you haven't seen in any other school, I assure you. This is an investment that'll pay dividends in so many ways. It's an investment in our environment, without question. It's an investment in our students and their education. And it's an investment in reducing energy usage. Another investment we've made in the education of our students is our district forest, which some of you may have heard a little bit about, but I assure you, you'll hear lots more about in the coming months. The forest, the old growth forest just behind this building, which I hope you take some time to look at from the second floor particularly, is a beautiful space for education. Not the traditional classroom education you may all be used to, but a very different kind of education. It is going to be a place for our entire district to spend time in nature, literally 1.5 miles from the Beltline. You will not realize where you are when you step into this forest.
And finally, consistent with our environmental approach, the ribbon was designed by our FES art teacher and is environmentally friendly and biodegradable.
All right, are you ready, Desi and Finley?
There you have it, the ribbon's cut, the students are in, and it is just a really cool school, set in a really fun environment as well. And I think when we took the tour, I was thinking the houses, watching all those houses go up, that's like a classroom setting in itself to see construction and everything developing there in Terra Vesta. So we'll get this posted up online later today, so you can check that out and share with folks. But happy to have that school right here in Fitchburg. All right, we're going to take a break. Coming up next, we'll open up our guest segment, checking in with my friend Jeff Doslick, Fitchrona EMS. That's next right here on Talking Fitchburg.
You could be spreading the coronavirus without realizing you have it. So follow guidance from authorities where you live and do your part. It's important to limit in-person interaction with anyone outside of your immediate household, but phone and video chat are safe ways to connect. It's also important to limit any social gathering. This advice applies to people of any age, including teens and younger adults. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Brandon met a girl on a dating app. He finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving.
She must be a keeper.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
We don't have time for spills.
Next.
We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today from the Fitchburg EMS Deputy Chief Jeff Doslick. Jeff, welcome back to the show. Your title and your name just works. It's like the announcer's dream. Now batting, Jeff Doslick.
Yeah, one of these days it's going to have that little parenthesis that says RET period behind my name, and that's the goal, right? No, I'm just kidding. Retired Deputy Chief Jeff Doslick from Fitchburg EMS.
Oh, geez. Come on, Jeff.
No, I'm happy.
We're happy you're here. I love catching up with you. And we got a lot of stuff to get to today in update from Fitchburg EMS. More of an update today, things going on. You guys have been busy as usual, not just with calls. The other day I was looking and I was like, every time I looked down, Fitchburg was going out for a call. So it seems like the call volume has just been up significantly recently, but we'll touch on that here in just a minute. We're coming up to, falls across Dane County, across the U.S. Falls happen all the time, but fall prevention is big here in Dane County with Safe Communities. And we're teaming up with Safe Communities, Fact TV is, and of course, Fitchburg and all the EMS and hospital services are part of the fall task force. But the falls prevention, only leaves should fall. Right. Why is it so important to get involved with this?
Yeah, I think, if we take a look at our past history with EMS in general and in the county, falls tend to rank number 1 or number 2 across the board. And if I looked at our call volume here, and even, in my community in McFarland, falls are always at the top of the list for the types of calls that we go on. And while I think most of the time we think that those are just benign type injuries or benign type calls, for the older adult that even slips out of a chair or trips and falls in their bathroom, those injuries can be devastating, and they can result in long-term effects of, health problems. Some of those patients wind up in extended care facilities and rehab facilities, and it really turns their life upside down. So the only leaf should fall. It's a virtual fall prevention event that's happening on September 30th. And I think that it's important to be part of that because it does, from a financial standpoint in our community, costs a lot of money. And even more importantly, for those patients that actually are severely injured as a result of just what we would consider, just a little fall. How could somebody really get hurt with a little fall? Well, they break hips and they break arms and they break bones and they have head injuries and some of them actually die from a result of that. So we really want to stay on top of that with everyone, but in particular with our older adults.
Yeah, and in fact, Safe Communities, we know this as a statistic in Wisconsin, falls are way up there. We lead the falls, unfortunately, across the U.S. Here in Wisconsin. And granted, you can say, well, you've got 4 seasons and everything else, but truly, falls happen all the time. And as you mentioned, it really doesn't matter. Yes, when you get older, certainly it can be devastating, but falls for anybody, especially if anybody's got something going on, maybe they just had a surgery and then had a fall or something, just it's a tough one. So this helps bring that to light, certainly, but also it's a good awareness campaign too, to prevent falls.
Right. And if you have a chance to go to the Safe Communities website, and you have access to that, their fall preventions task force is really active out in the community to make sure that community members have, they can go to classes on, the stepping up classes and so forth. And there's things that you can look at in your home. You can have, Dane County has people that can come out and do a home assessment to make sure that your home is safe, especially if you're an older adult. And I don't want people to think that I'm picking on older adults, but they tend to be the highest call volume that we have with falls. And certainly, while we don't have a big bandwidth to do it with Fitchburg EMS, if somebody's really concerned about a fall for their loved one, they can reach out to me, and I can make a run over to somebody's house in our district and just do a quick, run through to make sure that everything is okay. Zorba, Dr. Pastor Zorba is Pastor Zorba. You know what I'm trying to say.
It's hard. It's not easy to say his name. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's good.
Yeah, he actually was my physician once, which I think is kind of unique. But he's a family physician in the area, and he's going to be part of this task force. And there's other panelists throughout Dane County that have some experience in this, and it's really worth your time if you are concerned about that, or you have a loved one in your family that has a concern about falls.
Yeah, truly. I'm such a supporter in this in falls prevention, and only I was in the same boat of, well, falls is, how can falls be that bad? And running on an EMS service and talking with you guys about falls. I mean, it's definitely a serious topic, and Falls Prevention Task Force and this Only Leaves Should Fall event is going to be a great one. If you you can't watch it live, don't worry, we'll rebroadcast it right here on Fact TV, so you can tune in for that. Jeff, you've got some great work happening too for recruitment. Tell us a little bit about what's happening behind the scenes on trying to bring a more diverse work group or workers or employees into the field in the future.
Sure. Yeah. So we're really excited about this, and Pastor, the chief over at Sun Prairie and Patrick have been really involved with Madison College. Some of the people that work here, Greg Bailey, who is one of the program directors over there. I think he's a section chair. I don't know his exact title. He'll get mad at me now that I don't know what it is. But they've been doing some really good work in trying to bring an underserved community into fire and EMS, and specifically students of color and females, which are not represented well within the fire service, especially in the smaller departments. So we've been working with Madison College to put an internship program, a paid internship program together. A couple of our people have gone out to some of the high schools to try and do some recruitment. Most recently, Christy Schnabel took one of our ambulances over to Madison West, met with students out there to talk to them about this internship program. And essentially, the services would provide an internship program once they get out of high school, and between their senior year and their first year of college, so in that summer, they would attend an EMT class, and as they come into their internship program, or will already be licensed as an emergency medical technician. Then the student can choose whether they want to go into just an EMS only track, or if they want to do a fire medic track. That fire medic track is 2 years. And one of the things that I think we run into with not having a lot of diversity is the financial impact that going to college has on some of these students. So Madison College is working on a program to help reduce the financial impact for those that are underserved in our community to go to college. And the services, Sun Prairie doing it this year and Fitchburg doing it the following year, bringing those students in, paying them a living wage to be an intern, giving them the experience they need to go out into the community. And the hope is while we love to retain, those employees here or those interns here when they're finished, if they go out into the workforce as a medic or an EMT somewhere full-time, or a fire medic at a fire department full-time, then we've done our job to try and encourage those that are underserved in our community to join an organization that is not represented very well. And that is our goal, is to have the more diverse workforce, which makes us all better, which makes our community better. And we struggle with that because some of those students really don't express an interest in coming into fire and EMS, where they might in some of the other labor forces out there. So I'm really proud that Patrick Anderson and Chief Goff over at Sun Prairie have worked with Madison College and Greg Bailey in particular to put this program together and bring those kids into our world.
Yeah, recruiting and retention is something really big in public safety, hard, and there's no question that there's a lot of openings in a lot of different fields right now, but really getting that diverse workforce and giving the opportunities, moving the barriers away, coming out to the schools and talking with future students and stuff. I mean, I can't think of a better recruiting tool. And you hope, even if you send them off on your way, they still might come back to Fitch-Rona, right? We can bring them back. There's going to be openings.
Yeah, I think it's, as we've talked offline a lot that, this has been my life, for almost 40 years. And I think that bringing those that have a hard time either trying to figure out what they want to do in life. Yes, I want to be an EMT. Do I want to be a medic? Can I be both? It can be a little bit daunting, and and then the financial barrier of trying to go to college and how do we pay for that, and how am I going to be able to get from point A to point B to go to school? And we know that those that live in those communities that are underserved, those barriers are real, and we have to recognize that. And I think this is a great program, and hopefully, as if it's successful, and it will be, that we can expand it and let it grow a little bit bigger, and maybe there's other areas of public safety that can benefit from this as well.
Yeah, I think this is a great opportunity, Jeff, and I'm glad you got to share the story, the information with us about this, and we'll keep following up on it as well as it develops. Jeff, thank you so much for your time. If people want to get a hold of you, have any questions, comments, how can we reach you?
So you can just reach out to Jeff D at FitchRonaEMS.com. You can give me a call, 497-2951. And we're doing a better job with our Facebook page and our Twitter page, and we do have an Instagram account as well. But we try to post information up there as much as we can and try to stay up to date on that. So, but an email is perfect, and we'll try to get back to you as soon as we can.
All right, Jeff, thank you so much for your time. We'll catch up real soon.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
You bet. Jeff, Fitch-Rona EMS. They said check out the website, follow him on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I want to see Jeff tweet. I don't know. That's going to be interesting. All right, we'll take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be flood next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Wrapping up the show for today, I want to thank Jeff Dostlik for joining us. We'll check back in with him next month. Always appreciate his time. And again, congratulations to the Oregon School District for cutting that ribbon at Forward's Edge Elementary School. Bamlet will get all of these things posted up for you here, right here. There it is, on our social media pages. And of course, if you haven't joined us on our streaming channels, you should check those out. They're radical.